What some may see as an ugly mess of lines could be so much more if we open our minds. Join me on my journey if you have a big heart. Come on, let's go. It's the art of the chart.
Welcome back to Art of the Chart. It's your boy, Zachy Hennessy. I don't know which one of these I'm supposed to look at, so I'm going to guess that one. And that one. Okay, cool. Hey, I'm Zachy Hennessy. This is Yona Hockhauser. I brought him in today because I'm going to be focusing on what I'm doing probably sometimes, and I didn't want there to be radio silence. Hey, it's Art of the Chart. It's where we find the beauty in the charts. And today we have a traditional chart that we're taking a look at. Good old-fashioned Bitcoin. You ever heard of this Bitcoin, Yona?
I've heard of it once or twice. I think we spoke about it a little bit on this network.
Yeah. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at it. Join us, won't you? Yeah, here we go. So we're going to start, here's the chart. You'll see I kind of stretched it out. You see on it how it's a little stretched out? Looks like kind of like you put it on Microsoft Paint and you kind of ripped it to shreds.
You manipulated the price of Bitcoin.
I manipulated the price of Bitcoin.
You're the reason that Bitcoin ETFs don't get approved.
That's right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take from our color palette here, boom, and then we're just going to start to trace. You always start with the trace, Yona. And then you just kind of follow these lines.
Now, this is my first time on Art of the Chart, and I'm very excited. I don't know if viewers know this, but the intro to Art of the Chart was the song and the visuals were all made by our very own Zachy Hennessy. He sings it himself, he performs the instruments, and also did all the designs.
That's right. Thank you for shilling my product.
Well, I like to pump the Art of the Chart.
Oh, there it is. You can even hear it.
Here we go.
I tell you, we like to keep it nice and loose on season 2 of Art of the Chart.
Well, I wasn't part of season 1. I'm not sure.
Just going for it, huh? Here's this. Now, I have already made kind of a grave error, which is that I didn't color the sky. So I feel like the sky's just going to be black today.
Very depressing.
Yeah.
Is Art of the Chart always so depressing?
It's not always. It has been in the past. You'll see there's the pancake cat behind me, which is kind of like, one of the ones that was a little bit more sad. I'm going to.
I wish I was here for the blue elephant.
The blue elephant also, a surprising, entertaining episode, because at first, for the whole beginning of that episode, let me tell you, it's a fucking slog if you try to
My
go back.
question is, what do you do at this point when I'm not here? Right now, you're coloring. What is the viewer hearing anything, or are they just seeing you
I'm
color?
talking. I'm just saying a bunch of horse shit, mostly. So it's really nice that you're here to also say horse shit, so I don't have to say as much horse shit. So, okay, so what we have here is we have our base, right? This is a base. It's what's going to be called one of those mountain ranges you hear so much about, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little bit of magic, a little bit of highlights. And you see that? Just like that, suddenly, all of a sudden, you got a little bit more depth. These mountains are popping off, son. So you can just kind of like take like that and hit you with one of these. A little bit of those.
Now I like that you're staying true to the color scheme. You're highlighting not with a clashing color, but rather with a mere lighter form of mountain range.
It's almost as if I am highlighting. Okay, calm down. We like to have fun here on Art of the Chart. Anyways, that's probably fine. I don't like that. And then you kind of a lot of art. If Bob Ross had the Control-Z, he would have been a much happier. He wouldn't have said that thing about happy accidents.
What did he say about happy accidents?
Well, he said there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. But he's full of shit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a different brush. This one's called Kyle Ultimate Crayon, which is kind of a cool idea. I wish I had access to that in kindergarten. And we're just going to kind of trace out just like a little one of these babies,
Is that a stream?
It is indeed a stream, and I'm focusing now because I got to do some fine motor skill.
So now we're kind of getting a sense of scale, because I was actually thinking the mountains were quite small, but now you see in comparison to the river, the size of the river, those mountain range actually seems quite large.
That's right, and what you can do is you can just kind of imagine where that's very vertical. Where these things would be going, right? Most of the time, they're never going to be heading straight down, right? Because there's a lot of depth in these mountains. So you kind of want them to swoop a little bit back and forth. And then they can just kind of end up wherever.
Now, when you're drawing these pictures, are you also providing sort of a commentary on the coin? Are you trying to say that Bitcoin has its ups and downs, its depth? Maybe there is room to kind of go into the well and affect the price somehow?
I'll hit you with a sure. That's exactly what I intended and usually do. So there you go. So there's a little body of water. Looks okay. And then we can also, I'm all about the highlighting today. So we're just going to hit it with like some of this. Give the water a little bit of depth. And I'm still just using the crayon because like fuck it. It looks terrible.
Yeah, that didn't look too good.
So then what I'm going to do instead is not use the crayon.
What's the name of this brush you're using now?
Shit. Ugly.
Because I think I think the viewers at home want to know what brush you're using right now.
The brush that I'm using right now is called Kyle's Paint Box.
Is there a reason that you choose, you have a particular affinity to Kyle?
I love fucking Kyle. Let me rephrase that. I fucking love Kyle and his brushes. He knows what he's doing, man. So you just gotta trust in Kyle. Here you go. That looks awful as well. You may notice, I'm no Brecky Vaughn. Okay, I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Does Brecky Von Bitcoin, who you're referring to, the famous crypto artist, does he do it live on air, his art?
He does not do it live.
See, now that's the advantage you have over him, that you're doing this, in front of the camera, in real time. And
that's true.
Like you said, you have control.
Sometimes I'm too hard on myself, This one, I don't know what it's called. It's called Kyle Bonus something.
But you don't really care what it's called besides the Kyle part.
Bonus chunk. I'm going to call it bonus chunks. So we're using Kyle's bonus chunks again. And then you just want to block in some grass. And you may think, oh, that's monotonous and ugly as shit. You'd be right. So what we're going to do is kind of come back with that in a second and highlight some hills on it. But we're already approaching near the end. I'm not, you could add trees to it. I ain't gonna. I like to imagine that like maybe it's like a valley. Like there's mountains all around us, and we're just kind of seeing this one little spot. In fact,
this looks more like the rolling plains of Ohio.
Sure, you could even go like that, and then you kind of catty-corner it in. Maybe it looks like garbage. Who's to say? Except for me, it looks like garbage. But whatever. Here's that, and then you can get like even a little darker.
By the way, is there any way, let's say I'm a viewer, I'm an avid viewer of BLOCKTV and Art of the Chart. Is there a way that I could, or a marketplace where I could actually purchase your drawings?
As of yet, there is not, unfortunately.
But I hear that soon you might be offering it.
Eventually, maybe you might be able to get some of these pieces.
Because I know I would love to hang that at home.
I tell you, I want to give one. I wanted to do like a gallery at at like a crypto convention. So we'll see if that ever pans out. But who knows? So whatever. That's mountains. Now what we're gonna do is finish this baby off with like a little bit of this. Just kind of give it some depth. Some rolling Hillary. Rolling Hillary. Some hills, some dales, and that's kind of gonna.
It kind of seems like that's a cartoon hand giving the middle finger to the mountains.
Like that.
Well, yeah. That also works.
That's canon now. That looks terrible, actually. We're gonna do a similar thing like that. Look at that beauty. And at the end of the day, you look at it and you say, well, it looks okay. Doesn't look perfect, if you ask me, but you hit it with what you ever been told about the fuck it adjustment?
What's the fuck it adjustment?
It's where you say, fuck it, it's done.
Wow.
And there you have it, folks. That's Bitcoin as of November 3rd. That's kind of what it evoked to me. If you've got some of your own kind of artistic takes on this kind of thing, shoot, send them to us on Twitter at BLOCKTV News or at the Sonic Wombat.
I have one recommendation that I think could really blow this thing to the moon.
I'm ready.
Just take a white, throw in some stars. I think your sky is still too dark. Just throw dot,
blow
stars, and then one moon.
Bro,
have Bitcoin
I'm
going up
actually
to it.
about to blow your mind.
I think you're actually, you might even be able to save this
ready for
picture just yet. Boom. You see how that just added some life to the picture?
Bro, it actually did. That's amazing.
Right? And maybe throw in a moon. Maybe throw in a moon that Bitcoin, because
moon?
we all know Bitcoin's going to the moon.
Okay, so we're going to make a white moon, okay? I don't want none of this yellow moon bullshit.
And who does yellow moons?
I'm not a yellow mooner. What do I want? I want, let's just go with this, and then we'll just make it big.
Yeah. Ooh, that's more like a cloud.
Yeah, you're right.
You got a round edge. Round edge.
And then you make it a little bit soft.
Yeah, oh, beautiful. The man's done it. Ladies and gentlemen, the man has done it.
There you go. That's beautiful, dude.
The man has done it.
That's a good addition. That's why you keep him around, folks. Yona Hockhauser, follow him on Twitter. He never uses it. That's going to do it here today, you know what? I forgot the most important part is to ruin it by taking credit for something beautiful, even though.
Well, do I also get my name on it? Because I'm pretty sure I added it in. That whole moon sky idea was mine.
You know what? You're right, and for that reason, I'm gonna pass the mouse over to you.
Ooh.
Give that a little John Hanny.
Okay.
Well, don't do. What are you doing it over there for? You're like a kindergartner. You just learned the rules. What?
There we go.
Oh, it's very ornate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of. All right. Well,
What do you mean?
what?
That
Well, it's
represents
just
us
like
playing in the
forever
fields.
away.
We're playing in the fields of Bitcoin.
I'm over here, you're over there.
We're basking
There
in
you
the
go.
glory of
Let's
Bitcoin.
wrap this up. So here we go. That was Art of the Chart. This is, what are we going to call this? When Moonlight Sonata. And that's going to do it for us here today. I'm Zachy Hennessy. Send us your tweets. Yeah, and happy painting, happy analyzing.